Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Tonight on the show, we're going to touch on a very delicate subject, and one that has surfaced over the weeks after the patch that basically destroyed offline Autopilot, removing the invulnerability, and a lot of people got pissed about it. Before we get into our subject for today, please remember to like and subscribe if you like what we're doing here, and please be aware that we have a YouTube channel membership, so if you like to support me and help keep this channel alive, you can donate a small sum of $2 per month, link in the description. So, what happened actually? Well, it's pretty clear that it was handled as a bug. Was it a bug? Was it not a bug? We will never know, but it was handled as a bug, while everybody else felt it was an actual feature. The Autopilot giving you invulnerability while being offline. Basically, it got patched because some people became aware of how to exploit it, and basically just activated Autopilot and went offline whenever they encountered a camp, thus preventing anyone from landing a disruptor on your ship. So that's why I think, in my opinion, it was handled as a bug because of its potential exploit. Now, the drama that ensued afterwards can be described as a fight between, it's not actually a fight, an argument between casual players and non-actual players, aka veterans, or whatever we like to call them, the backbone of EVE Online that transitioned to EVE Echoes, or basically just people that are hardcore gamers and hardcore PvPers that found a new home inside EVE Echoes. Now, regarding this subject, I'm a bit in the median approach. We have to admit that EVE Echoes is not EVE Online. It's a pocket game, meaning it should allow casual players to basically do that, play casual. The offline Autopilot immunity was a nice feature for casual players, no argument there. But we must also take into consideration that PvP and ganking, or game camping, is also part of the game, and the offline Autopilot immunity was kind of affecting this part. The non-casual players who like to sit at a gate for hours trying to get a good prey felt pretty bummed about it. What I think is that the guys from the design team needed to figure this out. The design or the development team, or actually the management that basically decides which direction the game goes, either by confirming if the casual aspect is there, because we've seen no actual banner of telling you that EVE Echoes is casual, but it indeed tended to go towards promoting casual, or at least orientating towards a casual player base. So either confirm if the casual aspect is there, or not. If this game is to be fair to casual players, then the designers kinda need to come up with a solution so that everyone is pleased, casual and non-casual. But remember, it falls down to this. Find a good mechanism if you don't want to lose a big demographic chunk of the player base, or plain right announce the game is not that casual friendly and focus on creating content for non-casual players. The first option is pretty much the hardest, trying to please everybody. So after days, actually weeks of silence, of radio silence, the developers / design team came with a solution. In my opinion, we could call it a ditch of responsibility, but if we do that, we're going a bit far, because let's take it by comparison. So the hardest way to do this and to fix this was for the design team finding an actual solution, either to please both player bases, or to just I don't know, try to go towards one in the detriment of the other. So why am I saying that this feels like a ditch of responsibility? Because instead of finding a solution, they actually turned towards the player base, and this just popped up, and we were allowed to share with you guys, because in the upcoming days, or probably even tomorrow, a vote will be cast. A vote which involves the actual players being the voters. So, as an announcement, hello everybody, we have just received a lot of feedbacks concerning the Autopilot recently, and I bet you all know about it. The development team decided to provide 3 options and hear everybody's voice. The final adaptation would be based on a vote, which will be announced soon. Now, the proposed solutions are the following. Number 1, retain the current setup, which means players should expect risks when venturing into low-sec and null-sec system, meaning no change will be brought. The offline autopilot immunity was a bug indeed, and it will stay that way, and everybody is free to do whatever gate camping they need, period. Number 2, enhance the firepower of gate guns, meaning, translated to, most battleships can withstand up to 5 attacks only, so it means that's a pretty big chunk of damage. It can one-shot a cruiser, if I'm not mistaken, and offer anti-warp capability to the Stargates, meaning that the Stargate or gate guns or the station guns can actually warp scramble you, so you can't do hit-and-run tactics like hit something and then immediately warp away. They'll just scram you and then you'll fuck you in the up. These changes will enable campers to take victim selection into consideration before attacking only targets that yield profitable returns are worth killing. Which makes sense, as this option would most likely be similar to what we have, what's currently in EVE Online, in high sec. So this will actually be the low sec, meaning you want to perform a suicide gank on somebody holding stuff. Be my guest, but you should pick your target carefully because you only have one shot, and be prepared with somebody to loot whatever that guy dropped, because you'll mostly be dead, all of the gankers, if you're planning to do a gank on gate. Now remember, this does not affect the actual PvP combat that can take place in anomalies and in asteroid belts, meaning people can still go and blow the hell up other people with no repercussion. Of course, you'll have the crime timer and whatnot, and if you go near the gate, you're probably going to get shot. But it prevents the current behavior in EVE Echoes, where the gate guns were pretty much being obsolete thanks to some ingenious maneuvers. People would tour around with them, forcing them to stop switching targets or to just speed tank them, while the rest of the fleet just camped the gate continuously and basically just picked off anybody that came through the gate. And we get to the last option of the vote, which is number 3, enhance security in proximity to the Stargates, including low security in nullsec. These changes will enable the surrounding areas around Stargates to become safe zones. However, gate guns near nullsec will require a sovereignty installation after the sovereignty feature becomes available. This translates to the gate gun is the same as option number 2. The gate guns will receive an increase in firepower, maybe some more decent mechanics to deal with other shenanigans and possible exploit. But as Sovereign stated in his latest video, if someone decides to take a fleet and camp the low sec gate with logistics, and they're keeping, just like in a fleet fight, keeping the one tanking the gate guns alive, that's good strategy. Now the interesting part, the addition to the number 2 option consisting of the number 3, is the fact that in nullsec they could give the options of the alliances or whoever claims sovereignty in those systems to pay up or to manufacture and build and actually set up defenses like gate guns, but alliance owned. Which means other alliances that would just want to invade, they could come down and blow them up. Otherwise, any other pesky invader that comes with a small gang fleet will just get blown out of the sky by the gate guns, given the fact that they will be put in place by said alliance. Now, option number 3 seems quite interesting because it gives the player the opportunity to set up their own defenses, and it actually enforces the idea of the sandbox, people building stuff collaborating on setting up their home systems and protecting them from invaders. But this actually kind of breaks down the idea of small gang PvP fleets. If these gate guns will actually be implemented in nullsec, and if they're not going to be, like, let's say, expensive at least, so people can not spam them very easily, like, I claim sovereignty here, and tomorrow there's gate guns everywhere. Small gang PvP is going to go out the window. Because no one will just try to venture in some alliances systems to have fun, because that's sometimes PvP is actually fun. Taking a small band of misfits and trying to cause some chaos and mayhem until everybody dies, or they return home with some hefty loot from whoever faction-fitted player found in some anomalies or in some belts. Small gang PvP in this case is going out the window, because it's going to be pretty easy to gather a small fortune, especially in nullsec, and I'm guessing if these will be implemented, there's going to be gate guns everywhere. Wherever there's sovereignty, people will expand, and there's going to be gate guns everywhere. You won't be able to do any small gang roaming fleets at all, because no matter where you go, you'll most likely end up in a system with sovereignty and probably with gate guns. And if you have like a 7-8 man small gang, once you jump, before everybody warps out, there's the actually not the big chance, the certainty that at least one of the gang is gonna get blown up. So by the time you reach the end of that star system, the exit gate you have to get out of the system, right? You're gonna lose yet another member. And so a small gang fleet of 8 guys was just reduced to 6 guys because of some gate guns. Which gate guns, just being a small gang fleet, you would be unable to take down that easily. So that's my opinion on option number 3. Now, I'm not going to say option number 2 is the best. Maybe there could be more options, but this is what the design team found as viable solutions. Again, I mentioned initially that this might have been a ditch in responsibility, but it's kind of a long shot, because otherwise, I'm not sure what to say here. If it would have been a ditch in responsibility and just throw the options at the players, let them decide, and if things don't go out how they wanted actually, well, it's not our fault. But it's not like that. You see, by giving us the opportunity to vote, there's even a bigger problem. And it's not actually the fact that they gave us the options to vote. It's the fact that no matter which of these 3 will get picked eventually, no one will be completely satisfied. This is my opinion. And if no one will be completely satisfied, let me rephrase, not everybody will be completely satisfied, then no matter which options of these 3 available will come out as victorious, a chunk of the player base will probably depart from the game, which is sad. I actually don't have a solution to this. In my opinion, it is not EVE Online. EVE Echoes is something like a square is to a polygon. It's something special. It's something that makes it apart from the big one, the big father. It's trying to shape itself as something better, or at least something that could provide content for any type of gamer, be it hardcore, like go fleets, blow stuff up, or casual, like I just want to go from point A to point B, I want to hold my stuff, I want to make some misc, and then I'll probably buy a ship, and I'm gonna go PvP. I'll probably lose it in 15 to 30 minutes, but at least I did my stuff, which I enjoy, and then I tried having some fun, and I did got some fun, then I got blown up. I'm just going to repeat the process, and that's how you keep the players going. Through content. So I think these three are not the best choices that we can have. But in my humble opinion, number 2 seems the most attractive for me so far. Keeping nullsec, which is true to the idea of it's no man's land. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. High sec, completely barred from PvP. This is something that I agree as well. It actually helped a lot Eve Echoes to maintain a new, fresh player base to avoid that toxic, ganking in high sec, self-suicide. It's not actually toxic. At least in EVE Online it's permitted, but here it actually prevented griefing, and a lot of the new players actually able to feel the game, to understand its rules without just trying to undock, and then some weird guy just starts unloading all his weapons, and what the hell happened, I'm uninstalling. So yeah, nullsec remains nullsec, high sec remains barred from PvP, and low sec, it is a good approach to have it mixed a bit and have it safer around the gates and around the stations. But that does bring one important question for the near future regarding option number 2. What happens when you get capital ships? What happens when capital ships are going to be introduced in the game? Because we know capital ships can fly in low sec. What happens when station games in low sec actually will start appearing because of capital fights and people trying to exploit the station and the gate guns into drawing somebody out and shoot first, and then everybody's going to be targeted by the gate guns, and only the capital ships will still be standing? I have no idea. But this, it looks most likely as a short-term solution, even though it may change the near future completely on how the player base view the development team and the designing team, and how the game itself appeals to casual and non-casual players as well. So that's pretty much it for me. Remember, tomorrow or within the next days, a big announcement, probably on the Eve Echoes main Discord, or probably on the Eve Echoes page, a Google Forms voting poll will probably be initiated by Netties, and we are all invited to participate. And then I actually invite you all, everybody who's watching, be it my channel, be it Sovereign's channel, be it Captain Benzi, or any other content creator out there, join the vote whatever you think, or whatever you feel that, I don't know, gets you in the game, or makes the game feel more attractive to you, and try to be honest with yourself, and try to be honest with your expectations from Eve Echoes. Vote, and I guess we'll see what happens soon. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters. See you guys next time. Cheers.